So we're talking tempo. Tempo is a great part of a training regime because it allows you to develop much more control over a particular movement. It allows you to develop more muscle over a much shorter period of time. Now, the key to understanding tempo and tempo prescriptions, it's usually 4 numbers. We have eccentric, pause, concentric, pause. Now, the way to understand that is that the lengthening phase is always the first number, okay? So the lengthening phase of muscle, when the muscle is stretching, it gets confusing because different movements are gonna have different start positions, and that's what screws you up. So, for example, we're about to do chest here. If we have Dan's muscle, the target muscle, he's gonna start with the bar at the top. So straight away, the lengthening phase, that first number, is when his chest is gonna stretch, okay? Then we have the pause at the bottom. Then we have the contraction, the concentric phase, the third number. Then we have the amount of time paused at the top. So for example, if Dan was doing a 4-0-1-0 tempo, which is quite common, we have 4 being the stretching number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, no pause at the back, 1 second up, no pause at the top. Okay, so that's gonna look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on and so forth. So Dan's going to show you that on a bench press. The key to understand is, number one, look at the muscle. Is it stretching or is it contracting? The first number in a tempo prescription is always the stretch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 1, 0. Okay, it seems complicated, but it's not, so long as you understand the lengthening phase is the first number. When the muscle is stretching, that's the first number. So Dan's gonna pop that bar away. And we're gonna use a different type of movement, a pull movement, because the majority of press movements will be like that. But Dan's gonna come over here. We'll do the same thing on a pull. Now, if we look at his lat, the shortening, we're gonna let go of the bar just a second, Dan. The shortening, we'll look at his lat, shortening. Squeezed, lengthening, okay? So the first number is when the muscle is lengthening or stretching. That is going to be this phase. Now it gets confusing because in order to get to that point, Dan is going to have to do a contraction first. So he's pulled it down. Now the tempo starts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Remembering first number is the lengthening. Second is the pause at the top, if there is one. Third is the shortening. Fourth is the pause at the bottom, if there is one. It gets confusing because it's slightly different based on a push or a pull movement, or even certain types of equipment are going to throw you off with this. Just remember, the first number is the lengthening phase of a movement.